How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Catching Cars. My name is Isaiah, and this right here is the key to our test vehicle today, which is a 2022 Skoda Karoq, the facelifted model with the 2-liter TDI, DSG, and 4-wheel drive. Of course, we're going to hit the Autobahn, get in an acceleration run today again, and see how this thing goes, and then I'll come back and tell you guys what I think of the Skoda Karoq. Before we get going, be sure to subscribe to Catching Cars. I see a lot of you guys watch the videos without subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe, leave a comment down below. What do you think of the Skoda Karoq? Which one would you choose out of this segment? And leave a like as well. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in sport mode right there. Is there a traction button? Yes, there is. All right, let's see how busy the Autobahn is. So the Autobahn is busy, of course, as usual, but that was decent. You guys were able to get a little glimpse of the acceleration, and yeah, it's decent. It's definitely not underpowered, but it's also really not overpowered. I guess it's just adequate for a vehicle like this. It's fine to get you from A to B and not feel underpowered, not feel slow. Like I said, it's definitely not fast either. I prefer the 2-liter TSI actually in this one because it gives it a bit more of that GTI character. I had the pre-facelift model with 190 PS 2-liter TSI, which is great. But overall, this is a decent vehicle. I just love all the Skoda Simply Clever features. You know, the little thing up there on the window here for like parking tickets, the storage here, which is also a Volkswagen thing. You get that on some Volkswagen models as well. But you know, the adjustability of the armrest, which is also a Volkswagen thing, but that works really great. And overall, it's just a really cleverly thought out vehicle. I like the steering wheel as well. Material quality is great. However, I do prefer the 3-spoke steering wheel. I'm not sure if I like this here. Well, this is kind of cool for cruising when you just want to, when you're on a long journey and you just want to drive like this. I guess that's fine. It does remind me of a lot of old vehicles, especially older American vehicles though, somehow. But yeah, this one's nicely equipped because it is a press vehicle. Huge thanks to Skoda for this press vehicle. So we have the heated seats, heated steering wheel, which works great. I also like that we have the knobs here for all the climate controls, which is nice. This one does not have the Canton sound system, which is kind of sad because in the facelifted model of the Canton sound systems, or in the facelift models, the Canton sound system sounds a lot better than it did. I used to be quite annoyed with it because it wasn't that good for having like a brand name on it. It really didn't sound that good. The bass was just not heavy enough and the highs were not clear enough. But now the facelift models, I had it in the Kodiaq as well, and I really liked that sound system, so it was really decent. This has the standard sound system. It's okay, but if you're an audiophile, you like your music like I do, you would really want to upgrade because it's really not the best standard system out there. Also, I do prefer the standard navigation system. I'm not even sure if they give you an option for that anymore in the facelift model. But yeah, I like the knobs here to turn down the radio and also scroll, especially here in the navigation. With the other navigation system, you can scroll with like the wheel, with like the knob here, which is much better, especially zoom in and zoom out. That's kind of a pain here, to be honest. Also, this thing is quite laggy when starting up. Once it's up and you know the car is running, this is quite decent, so that's not bad. The DSG, I rarely had any hiccups or anything. You know, it's a standard DSG. It feels smooth for, let's say, 80% of the time, and every once in a while you'll have that in traffic kind of, I guess, hiccup. But actually this one did quite well. I don't know if it's because of the 4-wheel drive system or just this one is well put together. I'm not sure. I didn't really have any problems with this. Also, I like the way to turn off the assistance systems. Just hit this button here and you can turn the lane assist and the front assist off, which is great. I mean, I'd still prefer just to be able to hold this button and turn everything off at once, because in Europe they always turn on it's mandatory, I guess. They turn on once you turn on the vehicle. So once you turn off and turn back on the vehicle, the assistance systems are back on, which kind of sucks. However, the lane keep assist, I think, stayed off, which is good. But yeah, it's much better than looking for it in some kind of system, some kind of screen. Just give us a button, you know, turn all the assistance systems off. That's great. I mean, this is at least close enough to it. And yeah, other than that, this is a really decent vehicle. Like I said, this engine is decent, but definitely not overpowered. I prefer the TSI in this vehicle for some reason. I just think this 2-liter TDI with 150 PS is not strong enough. Maybe if you get it chipped, or if they have a higher power version, I'd have to double check that if they have 190 PS or 200 PS version of this TDI. But yeah, if you get it chipped, I'm sure it would be fine then. Also, the paddle shifters work quite decently. I mean, because it is a DSG, but who uses paddle shifters on a Skoda Karoq with a diesel? I mean, let's see. Yeah, that's a quick shift. That's a very quick shift, but I never used them. I drove this thing in eco mode. My individual mode is set up to eco, and that worked quite well. So yeah, overall, this thing is a great vehicle. It's not on my buy list because it's just not the vehicle I look for. It's nothing special, nothing exciting, but it is definitely recommendable. There's nothing bad about it. Get it with more power, maybe. Get it in a different color, and I'm sure you'll be pretty happy with it. So be sure to subscribe to Catching Cars if you haven't already. Leave a like and a comment down below. What do you think of the Skoda Karoq? Do you like it, or would you prefer one of the competitors in its class? Let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.